Good day, everybody. This is Doug, the Modeling Hermit, and I am down with the Junkyard Diorama again. It's been a while, everybody. Hopefully you haven't lost hope on it. I haven't. I've just been busy with a whole bunch of other projects. And let's start in with the bridge area here. And actually, this is the river, and we're not running water in it right now, so it's dry. And then we went over to the overflow area, and we've got little stagnant water in there. And then we have some scenery going on in this area. Just grass and weeds and that type of thing is basically all that I put in on this. During flood season would probably wipe everything out anyway. But when it's down in low water like this, you get some nice green grass growing. And then as we cross the bridge, the little creek, river, whatever that thing is there, we see that we have some grass growing in that area and weeds growing in that area going over towards the junkyard itself. The junkyard has developed some more things here. I want to thank my friends out in California, especially one Mr. Chris Richardson, and he sent me some models. Well, let me back up a little bit. When I lived out there and was moving to Iowa, I sold my collection because I didn't want to have to move that whole big collection, and that included all the stuff from my junkyard that was out there. And when I moved here, he found out I was developing a new junkyard, so he and some friends of his got together, and they sent me back a whole bunch of stuff that I had in my junkyard out there that they had accumulated. And they sent me back that, including this nice little 1956 Ford Crown Victoria that I had built, was kind of the focal point of my junkyard out there. And now that's come back, and nicely, it's missing some parts. And I like that, because what that does is it gives it, that it's been around here for a while now. So we're missing a door on it, some taillights, the things that would get collected off of it and sold over time. So it's actually kind of, I like that way that happened. That just came through that, it's past its parts. So and there's some place there in through the trees. I like to kind of make it so that you have to look for things there. And let's see, we have a 1953 Chevrolet, or 51 Chevrolet that's come in since the last time. I don't think there's been a lot in cars. I've done some scenery. Like I said, these trees where the 56 Ford is at, that's all new. Those weeds around it that have grown up, all that there is new. I'll probably throw a bunch of junk parts in there. And then the river scenery, that's new. Another new thing that we have is I'm not sure what the pronunciation of that is. I think it's Porsche or Porsche, something like that. Porch, I don't know. Anyway, we have the workers here. They're moving that in. It's a brand new one that's just coming into the junkyard. And, not brand new, but it's new to the junkyard. And of course, they've got their supervisors back there helping them out. Always got to have those guys helping. And but don't come out here during the nighttime. They're not nice and friendly like that at nighttime, or if you're not supposed to be here. So, and then they got the old square body Chevy working out there too. So once again, let's take a little tour of this each time we come in. So like this is all new right in this area. And then we have a little road that comes down past the row of Thunderbirds. I don't know why, I just managed to pass Thunderbirds into there. But anyway, so we got this little road that comes there. And then this is the road that goes on out of the junkyard and onto the main highway or road, whatever that would be. And then back in here we have, I don't know, what is that, a 62 Chevy sitting in there. And we have a whole bunch of an old foundation that we filled with just all kinds of car parts, front ends, front clips, rear clips, fenders, you name it, it's in there. It's just mainly just all kinds of junk that we got in there. But by God, we got it in there. And then we got the proverbial Ed. You always got to have an Edsel. Let me tell you what, the proverbial Edsel. You always got to have it. And we managed to get one. This sucker is, it's been through the mill. Let me tell you what. And so it's in there with a bunch of hoods and stuff like that have come down the hill from this other foundation of what was a bigger building. So anyway, there's that pile of hoods and such that's coming down there. One of these days I'll get some decent lighting in this place, but don't count on it. And then we have a Corvette in here, and we got front clips, rear clips, parts of a Thunderbird, parts of a 58 Chevy. I don't know, I think there's parts of a, what is that? That's an old GTO, I think, down in there. And then we got a little Roadster, old Roadster. I think that might be a Mercedes. I don't know. It just kind of came in. You have to pardon me. I'm trying to work my way around a blanket that I've got hung up here to block off the wall. But anyway, I'm not sure what that is, but whatever it is, there's that. And then, okay, you always got to have your little Corvair too. Let's see. Then we have this little road that comes down from the foundation. It wiggles its way around and goes through back there to the other road. I don't know if you can see where that connects on or not. But anyway, there's that. And then along the side of that, we have a line of trees. And in this line of trees, we have more cars. Lots and lots of cars. And we have one of those foreign sports jobs over there. I'm not even sure what kind that is. And then we had the little 63 Ford sitting down in there. And all kinds of 66 Ford, I think, there. All kinds of good stuff. A couple Fairlanes. And then we got, let's see, I think that's another Firebird. I think that is. Just all kinds of good stuff that we got in here. And we got it buried in the trees, naturally. I love when, going out in junkyards and when you had to climb around through the trees and the bushes and weeds and everything like that. To me, that's just a lot of fun because, you never know what you're going to find beyond there. And then we had the 78 Ford Galaxy 500, well, LTD Landau, I think that was. And that was a resin kit that didn't work out well for me. $100 kind of wasted, but oh well. Let's see. I'm not even going to go into. I think that's a funny car down. Yeah, it's a funny car down in there. A Mopar funny car of some sort. Little old Ford race car sitting there, and another one there. Chevy race car there. Old drag cars. It looks like another funny type car there, drag car. And then, of course, they're buried in the weeds and the trees. We move over here. We got a Willys sitting down in that one there. You got to look for him, though. He's kind of really hidden there. Got some really old stuff here. Been sitting by the river. Probably been flooded many times. And let's see. Looks like an old Ford customized Ford, somebody's project. And then as we swing back around, we can see a whole bunch of Corvettes sitting in there. You name it, there's all kinds of Corvettes in that. And then there's another Mercury over there. I got a couple 49 Mercuries in here. There's that, starting out that Ford Landau again. We come back over here at the line of Fords and a 55 Chevy convertible. And this car here, I just pulled out of the junkyard and clipped the front vent post on it to restore a 65 Oldsmobile. So these things actually still get some use in proper junkyard use. And then there's another Chevelle there. And kind of give you a little bit of an overview of it, of what the junkyard looks like. And I really had a lot of fun with this. I'm still having a lot of fun. And as you see, there's that, if I can get it swing, there's that 56 Ford again. And the cars that they're just unloading over in that area, if I can get it to focus. And then once again, we come across our river. This is the overflow area that I've been working on. And then that comes back up. There's where the waterfalls were at. This is the big waterfall right here. And then we have the little one over in this area here. I'm trying to get this up over that big waterfall. And all the reservoirs for it. Let's see. That would be in... Where is it at? There it is. That would have been like an old fishing shack or something like that, where they would have sold bait at one time or another for people to come down and do a little fishing here. Probably was a little wharf coming out of there or something. And then we come back up the hill here again. This is where the reservoirs are at. We're not going to go into that. There will be a big garage in this area here. This is the end of the layout, at the end of the diorama. And there'll be a big garage going here. I had one set up here before, but it wasn't working like I wanted. So that's what this, this is supposed to be like a mud road or something like that coming up there. And then we got a little road that goes down. And of course, that's the road that goes across the bridge and goes to the other side of things over there. So anyway, that's what that road is. And then this area here, I'm not sure this is what's going to happen here. I'm kind of just building this as I go along, and I just get ideas of stuff. And that's about it. So once again, this is the really my fun bridge. I love this bridge. I don't know that if it was real, if I'd want to cross it or not. But I love this little bridge. And with that, what can I say? We're getting there. We're going to start working on, I can kind of call that side, except for some throwing in some more trees and bushes and that sort of thing. I think I can call that side pretty well done. It's kind of getting full. So I think that next time when we come in here, you'll be seeing this side get some things going on with it. So with that, I'm almost tempted to throw this car to the other side too. But anyway, with that, I think we're going to call this one, that part done, and call this a wrap for today. The next time I show stuff, I should be showing work going on over here. And probably starting with that big garage, it's going to be my guess. So I appreciate everybody who's followed along and not given up on this. It's been a long time. It's going to be a long time because it's just when I feel like working on it, I come down here and work on it. And yeah, with that, just thanks a lot, everybody. And don't forget to subscribe and like, and be sure to leave some comments. Give me some ideas. If you see something you think would be cool on here, don't forget, or don't be bashed about saying so. Just tell me what you think would look cool on here. I'll see if I can work it in. So with that, this is Doug, the Modeling Hermit, and I am off the air, and I am gone.